let's set up our strings for our macrame wristband. So you're going to start off with 2 strings. Okay, well, actually I have a string and a piece of yarn. You can use, 2 pieces of yarn, that's fine too. But I like to keep the string, and I'll show you why in a minute. So you want to line the strings up end to end, just like this. Then you're going to fold them in half. So just kind of get it in the middle, line the ends up so that they're even as they can be. That looks pretty good. And then you're going to tie a little loop knot at the end. Okay, and the way I do that is I just kind of hold it together, pinch it with my fingers, and then I wrap it around my thumb. Okay, let me show you that again. You wrap it around your thumb, just like that. And then you're going to put this end of the loop through the back side of this loop, just like tying a regular knot. It's just you're working with 2 pieces of string. So you pull it through. Okay, there's the knot. There's the little loop on the end. Now you want the loop on the end to be, not very big. This is already, pretty good size. If you need to make it smaller, all you have to do is push your knot, push it up a little bit. Okay, so now I have a knot with a loop tied in the end. And the next step is to put your beads on. So the beads go on the center strings. And my center strings are going to be these white ones. Okay, so I'm going to isolate them like so. Now if they're not even, okay, like you can see those aren't even, just take a pair of scissors and even them up a little bit. Now I find an easy way to thread these beads onto it is just to take a little piece of tape, not very big, and just lay the ends of the 2 strings on the tape and then fold it over like so. Looks like that. Cut off the extra tape. Okay, so a little snip there, and then I just take it and I twist the end of the tape around and around. So it gives you just a little something on the end, kind of like that, which will make it a lot easier to thread the beads in. So then you just poke your beads through. So I'll make a pattern. I'll go purple, white, purple, white, and purple. Okay, so I threaded all my beads on. I usually do about 6 beads. Oh, here's my other bead. I was like, what happened to it? There we go. There's 6 beads. Now we don't want the beads to just fall right off the end, so I'm going to pull off some more tape. This time I'm going to get a bigger piece, a couple inches long, and I'm going to put it down, near the bottom, but it doesn't have to be at the bottom. So I'll just put it kind of like here, a little bit above the bottom, and then I'm going to fold it over. Just like that. Okay, so I folded the tape over onto itself. Maybe I'll just trim off the extra, kind of like that. And then I'm going to take a pen, and you should write your name on it. Okay, so put your name on it, that way, nobody will, you'll know it's yours. So next, we're going to put it on a clipboard, because that'll help us work with it. So we are ready to get started. So to get started, you're going to clip your loop underneath the big clip at the top of the clipboard. So you just get the knot right underneath the clip, and that's going to hold it in place. You want your color strings, one on the left, one on the right. Push your beads up a little bit. Now you're going to pull the center strings really tight. You want it, like a guitar string. So get it real tight. You might want to have somebody help you with this step. And then you just put the clip to hold that in place. Make sure you fold the arms underneath. Okay, so fold the arms up like that, and you are good to go. So to start, the very first thing you're going to do is push your first bead up. So I'm going to push it right up at the top here, and then you're going to make the knot. Okay, you're going to take the left string and you're going to go underneath the right string. See how I went underneath it? Okay, I always kind of put it over here, that way I know that's the left. Okay, now you're going to take the right string and you're going to go underneath the 2 middle strings, just like this. Once you do that, you've made this loop, and you're going to put the right string through the back side of the loop. Okay, so don't go through the front. Go through the back, just like this. And then you're going to grab both strings and carefully pull them up to the top, up to the bead. Okay, so just like that. Now don't pull it super tight. You want it to kind of just go around the bead like that. If you pull it too tight, the bead's going to like pop up. So just get it, kind of like that. And then you're going to repeat that. That was knot number 1. You're going to tie 5 knots. So left goes under the right. Right goes under the 2 middle strings. Like that. And then through the back side of the loop. Just like this. I'm going to grab both strings. Pull them at the same time. You want to get them all the way up so that it's touching the previous knot. Okay, don't pull it tight right here because you don't want to be able to see any string. Okay, the string should be completely hidden under the pink yarn. Okay, so I'm going to pull it right up there. And you don't pull super tight, but you get it kind of snug. Like that. So there's knot number 2. So let's do it again. Left under the right. Right string under the 2 middle strings. Just like this. And then the right string goes through the back side of our loop. Grab both strings and work the knot all the way up so I cannot see the 2 middle strings. Okay? So if I zoom in here, let me zoom in, focus it. Okay, you can even count it. You can see 1, 2, 3 knots. You can see they're nice and close together. It's really hard, you can't really see the white string. Okay, that's how it should look. Let me zoom back out. Alright, that was 3 knots. Let's do number 4. Left under the right. Right under the 2 middle strings. And then through the back of my loop. Grab both strings. Pull your knot all the way up to the previous knot. And pull it just a little tight. Not very tight, but a little tight. Okay, number 4, this is going to be the last one. Left under right. The right one under the 2 middle strings. And through the back of the loop. Grab both strings. Pull it up. Just like that. And a little tight. Okay. Now, we want it so it makes that spiral. And the way we do that is after 5 knots, we're going to trade places with our 2 strings. So I would do it this way. I take the left string, I'm going to put it on the right side. I always put it kind of up near the top here. And then I take the right string and I'm going to go underneath the 2 middle strings and I'm going to put it on the left side. So that way they've traded places. And that's going to cause the spiral to happen. Okay, and that's after you do the 5th knot. You also are going to push up your next bead. So I put the next bead up, and then I continue just like I just did. Okay, you're just going to repeat all those steps. So left under right, right under the middle strings, and through the back side of the loop. Grab both my strings, pull it up so that it goes around that bead. Just like that. Okay, that's number 1. Left under right, right under the 2 middle strings, through the back of the loop. Grab both strings, pull it up there, pull it a little bit tight. That's number 2. Left under right, right under the 2 middle strings, and through the back of the loop. Grab both strings, pull it up, and get it kind of tight. That was number 3. Let me check. 1, 2, 3, yep. Left under right, right under the 2 middle strings, just like that. And the right one through the back of the loop. Pull it up, pull it tight. That's number 4. So we'll do one more. Left under right, right under the 2 middle strings. And then the right string goes through the back side of that loop. And pull it up, and pull it tight. Okay, there's 5. So what do we do after 5 knots? We trade places with our strings. So our left string is going to go up over the top to the right side, just like that. And the right string is going to go underneath the 2 middle strings and over to the left side, just like that. And what else do we do? That's right, we push up another bead. Okay, continue on. 5 more knots. Left under right, right under the middle string, and through the back of the loop.
left under right, left under right, right under the 2 middle strings, and the right string goes to the back side of the loop. Grab both strings, pull it tight, that's number 2 knot, left under right, right under the 2 middle strings, and through the back of the loop. Put it nice next to each other, pull it tight, that's 3, left under right, right under the 2 middle strings, and through the back of the loop. Alright, that's number 4. Left under right, right under the 2 middle strings, and through the back of the loop. Grab both strings, pull it up next to the previous knot. Okay, that was 5, so here we go again. The left string is going to go up over the top to the right side. The right string is going to go underneath and over to the left side. And then, of course, we push up our next bead. Alright, so let's zoom in again. Let's check our progress.
So if you look at it, you can see that it's making that spiral. My knots are nice and close together. You do not see the white string going through at all. So I'm doing a great job. Zoom back out. Alright, 5 more.
Left under right, right under the middle, right through the back side of our loop. Grab both strings, pull it up around the bead, just like that. Left under right, right under the 2 middle strings. The right string goes to the back side of the loop. Grab both strings, pull it up, and pull it tight. That's number 2. Left under right, right under the 2 middle strings, right through the back side of the loop. Grab both strings, pull it up, pull it tight. That's number 3. Left under right, right under the 2 middle strings, and through the back side of the loop. Pull it up, pull it tight. That's number 4. Left under right, right under the 2 middle strings, and right through the back of the loop. Pull it up, pull it tight. That's number 5. Here we go. Right side goes up over the top to the right side. The right one goes underneath the middle strings to the left side, creating that spiral. Push up my next bead. 5 more knots. Left under right, right under the 2 middle strings, and through the back of the loop. Pull it nice and tight around my bead. Left under right, right under the 2 middle strings, and through the back side of the loop. Pull it up, pull it tight. There's 2. Left under right, right under the 2 middle strings, and through the back side of the loop. Pull it up, pull it tight. That's 3. Left under right, right under the 2 middle strings, through the back side of the loop. Up and tight. That's 4. Left under right, right under the 2 middle strings, through the back of the loop. Pull it up, pull it tight. There's 5. One more. Or not one more. Flip the one on the left over the top to the right side. Take the right one, go underneath over to the left side. So trade places. Push my final bead up. Let's see if we can get 5 more knots out of this. Left under right, right under the 2 middle strings, through the back of the loop. Gets a little trickier when the strings get shorter, so, you know. But it's still, you know, it's still just the same old thing. Left under right, right under the 2 middle strings, and through the back of the loop. There's 2. Left under right, right under the 2 middle strings, and through the back of the loop. Grab, pull it tight. Left under right, right under the 2 middle strings, and through the back of the loop. What was that, 3? I can't tell. Once you get to the end, you can just tie, you know, as many as you can get. So I think that was 4. Let's see, this would be the 5th knot. Left under right, right under the 2 middle strings, and through the back of the loop. Ooh, those strings are getting small. Let's see if I can do one more. Left under right, right under the 2 middle strings, and through the back of the loop. Up and tight. I think that's too small. I can't tie anymore.
I think I did 5 or 6 knots. Okay, so once you are finished, you're going to want to pull your your left and your right string really tight. Just as tight as you can without ripping it, you know. Get it nice and tight. There we go. And then you can take your scissors very carefully, clip those off. Clip that one. And clip that one. And you're good to go. So you can take it off of here. And take it off of here. And you've got it.
But there you go. You can see the spiral. I did my macrame knot. Looks really, really good. All right.